Yo, new Automaton Apparatus video. This video is over Apparatus codename Smokescreen. So yeah, let's just jump right into the backstory of Apparatus codename Smokescreen. Apparatus codename Smokescreen belongs to Medic 3. Medic was one of the first 4 pilots chosen by Captain James Renegade. Medic was originally a medic for the Soldier District. He has no real name as he was put into the medic program at birth. He would be sent into areas during a massive battles between the Soldier District's families. Medic would use smoke pellets issued to all medics by the SDMO, or the Soldier District Medic Organization. He would run into the war-torn area faster than any other person could ever move, and drag any gravely injured persons to the SDMO headquarters to be treated and then released. All medics are trained with handguns and trained to be as fast and stealthy as possible. Once he was brought to the ODF, he automatically became good friends with the ODF medical personnel and started working with the mechanics in the AAW, or Automaton Apparatus Workshop, to create his perfect apparatus. Apparatus codename Smokescreen uses the skeletal type of piloting and has everything that Medic 3 could ever need, including extra special tools made to ensure the safety of his allies and himself. The apparatus is made to be as fast and stealthy as possible within the smoke that it drops to hide its movement, mimicking his original style of combat. Apparatus codenamed Smokescreen may not be the biggest apparatus, but it is one of the fastest skeletal type apparatus and most certainly the stealthiest, even before counting the refraction grid processor. Now let's move on to the actual apparatus, which is this. I hope you all like how it looks because it actually took me a while to make, so let's get right on into the actual mechanics of it. That right there, that little slit, is the saw beam, a sideways saw-like beam. Once a saw beam is fired, it takes 45 minutes for the saw beam to completely recharge. These two guns right here are hidden side-mounted machine guns. The side-mounted machine guns fire explosive 500mm rounds. The machine gun holds 20,000 rounds and fires 1,000 rounds per second. The apparatus holds 5 extra ammunition cases. The guns are placed into the holder space to be hidden when deactivated and released when activated. The little gray slit right there is where it's dropped into whenever it's hidden. These right here, the little missile launcher looking things on the face, are head-mounted smoke grenade launchers. The launcher is able to fire all of the grenades at once or a single one at a time. The grenades can be fired up to 1 mile and cause a massive 3-mile wide smoke screen impossible for most things to see through. The shoulder-mounted grenade launchers are the same thing. The launcher is able to fire all of the grenades at once or a single one at a time. The grenades can be fired up to 1 mile and cause a massive 3-mile wide smoke screen impossible for most things to see through. So they have head-mounted and shoulder-mounted just so that they can do more than, only 6 smoke screens at a time. This on the forearm is arm-mounted rocket launcher. The rocket launcher holds up to 50 rockets at once. The rockets fire at a rate of 1 per second. The rockets are able to cause an explosion capable of destroying an entire city. This right here, where the red is around, is the claw launcher. A claw able to be launched a claw able to be launched a very far distance and brought back to its original position in one fluid motion. Oh my god. I do not know why it took me so long to be able to actually say that. Okay. These right here, where the actual slits are on the leg part, are left and right hidden holsters. The left holds the semi-automatic RB54. The right holster holds 15 extra RB54 beam batteries. And then the white part right up here, right there, is the Apparatus Rescue Device Dispenser. Releases an ARD, or Apparatus Rescue Device, by either opening and dropping it out, or firing it at high speeds towards its target. I'll explain what the ARDs are in, just a second. But, that is everything. Nope. Actually, I forgot the most impressive and important part of it right there. That little yellow thing is refraction grid processor. Makes the apparatus completely invisible once activated. The processor can only run at full power for up to 1 hour before beginning to run low on power, which will cause minor glitches. At the 1 hour and 10-minute mark, it will die, causing its effects to end. The processor is solar powered, meaning it will oftentimes recharge quickly, but it cannot be used after dying until it is fully recharged. That is everything for the main apparatus frame, so I'm going to go ahead and move on to the other parts of it and everything. So, yeah, let's go right on to the back boosters, which I can't remember if I said anything about that. Oh my god, hidden back boosters. This is the hidden back booster. The back boosters allow the apparatus codename Smokescreen to become the fastest of the skeletal type apparatus. Hidden back boosters. The back boosters are hidden in their own specialized compartment until needed, at which point they are automatically released and then activated. That's them whenever they are within their compartment, and then they pop out and become actual back boosters. Now we can go on to the ARD. ARD. This device is attached to an apparatus that it has taken critical damage. The ARD has automated piloting, which will boost the apparatus directly to its designated location, which is normally the ODF, but could be set to almost any destination. These right here are double boosters. The reason that the ARD is able to move the massive apparatus even with only one or two of them attached to it. Okay, we got the ARD done, so let's go to the RB54 beam blaster. The magnetic battery field release is right there. The magnetic field is activated while the release is locked into the gun. So while that's in there, the magnetic field, which is right there, holds the battery in there. RB54 beam battery, while the magnetic battery field is right there, that little black thing with the red line through it. The magnetic battery field release. Once the release has been pulled, the magnetic field is deactivated, releasing the RB54 beam battery, allowing a new battery to be placed within the magnetic field, which is that whenever it's pulled out. This is RB54 beam battery once released by the magnetic field. Magnetic battery field. The magnetic battery field holds the battery in place so that it can power the RB54's beam shots, which is right there. That is basically everything for the RB54. So let's go ahead and move on to the apparatus's feet. These are more simplistic feet than some of the other apparatus. Blades curve to allow the apparatus to better jump from vantage points to assist injured apparatus. The feet boosters allows the apparatus to move at insane speeds. This is in between the two blades. The blades will actually move. The blades move to the sides to activate the feet boosters, which is like that. Let's go ahead and move on to the hidden holsters. The left hidden holster just opens up and brings the gun out. And the right hidden holster opens up and brings out a new battery. Let's go on to the actual what the batteries are. RB54 beam battery. The battery can fire 54 beams before overheating. Once it is overheated, it has to cool off. The cooling process could take up to 30 minutes, which means it is sometimes easier to simply reload using a new beam battery. The RB54 beam battery becomes more red while being used. A fully overheated battery is bright red. So it will go from that to halfway red or just slowly fill up until it is completely red. And that's when it's overheated. I'm going to go ahead and talk about the claw launcher, which is right there, which is that part right above it. is what it would look like. The claw is launched from the arm at insane speeds. The claw can exceed speeds of 2,000 miles per hour. That is, the cable can easily be brought back into its original holder at any time by activating the pull. It can also be left out and used as a whip or any other tool that can be thought up. The cable has a full length of 750 feet, and the claw can switch its hand movement mid-flight and after planting a hit. This is good for being able to punch, slash, or grapple their enemies. So basically, after it's been shot, even after it can grab, it can like form a fist, or it can just slash. Like it can change to whatever hand motion it needs to be. Next up, which is the last thing we're going to be talking about, which is the most impressive thing, we'll be talking about the saw beam. The saw beam is a sideways firing beam of liquid light. The saw beam starts small and slowly gains more and more size. The saw beam is theoretically able to cut through anything, and given enough size, it could cut an entire planet in half. The saw beam soaks into anything it hits, and if it has more energy than the object that it has hit, it slices through it. But if it doesn't, it simply soaks into it and vanishes. The saw beam will continue to fly and gain more massive amounts of size until it either runs into something that has an equal or greater amount of energy as itself, or it is remotely detonated by Apparatus codename Smokescreen. The size of the explosion caused by the remote detonation of the saw beam is directly affected by the current size of the saw beam. The explosion could theoretically, at the largest size of the saw beam, cause an infinite amount of damage. So, yeah, the saw beam is absolutely insane. I have two different versions of it, the blue saw beam, and then just a recolor, which is the red saw beam. This is Apparatus codename Smokescreen in its entirety. I hope all of you are liking the Automaton Apparatus stuff that I've been posting. This is one of the mainline ones. I'm gonna do some non-canon ones later, but, this and Apparatus codename Shield will be my next episode, and that'll be the end of the mainline ones. You'll know all of the 5 mainline ones, so I mean, yeah. I hope you're all liking it. The saw beams are definitely the most insane things that I've made until you see Apparatus codename Shield. But yeah, I really hope you're all liking Automaton Apparatus and all the apparatus that I've made that you've seen. Yeah. See ya.